Yep, I think we'll split the audio. Yep. Perfect. So you'll hear in the headphones. I've got this one guy going. So if you were to talk, Cool. So I was talking to someone last night and he was holding it.
Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're collaborating with Josh.
For the Daily Dot? Right?
Yeah, with the Daily Dot. We're trying to put a couple different series together to really showcase the technology. It's so new that what's cool about it isn't so much...
I have horrible handwriting, by the way.
That's totally fine. So I'm going to get that set up.
Yeah, what's cool about it isn't so much that it, it's doing something really crazy or new. It's that no one's seen this before. So it's right now when you see it on your, like Facebook's pushing this. You throw a video up in 360, Facebook pushes it up on the, on the results. They're going to pump it out more because people are interested in it. It's one of the only mediums where you actually have to interact with it. And so for a marketer thinking about it, like, what other way can you make an actual person interact with the, the format that or the content that you're putting out there? There's no other way.
Right.
You're literally taking a passive industry and turning it into an interactive industry. And what's better for a marketer, that you're capturing someone's attention. You can actually sell to somebody at this point.
Yeah. And Facebook's actually like pretty blatantly picking sides with their algorithm to where if you're uploading something with 360, it's going to get the top prioritization over a boosted post, you name it, because they have the whole Oculus platform also that they're trying to push. So
and they're pushing that now.
Oh yeah.
As of now, and this being March 12th of 2016, is this when we're recording this? So how far in that is that algorithm, you think, prioritizing Oculus or virtual video content?
It kind of seems like they're testing out the waters. They just released basically a Facebook platform for Oculus and the Samsung Gear VR. So now they're creating, a new Facebook wall or news feed for VR. Like who knows what they could do? It could be your main wall. You look to the left, there's videos, there's like the comments that are going on with your friends. They're not doing anything with it yet, but they're starting.
Right. So now tell me a little about you all. Who are you all, and how many people, or like, catch me up to speed on that.
Yeah, so the company's Pixel Rocket. We're out of Houston and Austin. There's 3 of us that own the place, and then we have a few other employees that are doing our thing. We're trying to get ourselves off the ground. We're basically a full out digital agency, but we're starting to focus more on VR. We've had some traction. We've been doing it for about 6 months to a year now, and we're putting our rigs. We're using this in so many different applications that it's really just taking off and blowing up. And where do you go from there?
So is it possible that someone can be, let's say for a podcast format, so much audio podcasting, I really like audio for a lot of reasons, in a podcasting format, just with the ability to be traveling and so passively consuming that content. But let's say, though, if we also want to have video incorporated with podcasting, now not just like the webcam sitting there, that's what's always so boring, but having, so this right here would give you the ability, this cube gives you the ability to look around with a device like Oculus, or how would you?
Yeah, anything, your phone. I mean, you pull it up on your phone, and when you're scrolling through your Facebook feed or going through YouTube, and this could be connected to your your podcast stream, and it's going to come up and it's going to say this is 360. So they're going to be able to start going like this, and they're going to see what we're seeing. So they can be a part of this. It doesn't have to be a passive thing. Maybe someone in the car is listening, but the passenger, they can be looking at something, and you could have your special guest up on the whiteboard drawing out some tables and whatnot, and you really could make it a more immersive experience.
So we'll take driving in a car out of the picture. Let's just say you're at your office, or you're at your desk. You're looking at this video content on Facebook, and while you're listening or you're watching the conversations, then you can decide on, almost like as if you're there, you can then turn your head in a way, or with the mouse, and you can be. Let's say I'm talking right now, and whoever's looking at using this, they can be looking at me. And then at any point, maybe while I'm still talking, but maybe they just want to check out and see what you're doing, just to see your face. I don't know, but it gives them the control of it. So then
catch me picking my nose.
Right.
Who knows?
So that's a way a podcast.
You're part of the experience.
Right.
Like if you look at like really great content, radio interviews, podcasts, if it's really top notch, they release the video files. Like one famous interview I always like. It's one of the only interviews on the radio I've watched that's like an hour long, and it was like the famous Kanye West Chai the God interview where he's just going on a rant. But you hear the audio and you say, okay, I have to see this. I need to be a part of this. And you're in the studio and like hearing someone say these ridiculous things, you know, like I'm the next Steve Jobs, I'm a genius, I'm Jesus. You want to see these people's reactions, you know, like
on your own way, on your own ability too. So if they would have had this, they can be, while he's talking, they're watching the other people as if they were really there.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
it almost takes it out of your hands for being the person that tells them what to look at. They can truly choose to say, you know, I don't want to see this guy's face while he's saying all this stuff. I don't believe it, and they could be looking at you, or they can be staring at him, you know, or whatever else is going on. It's pretty neat.
Right. Ah, okay. Now, does it have to be 3? So right now this is 360, or it's horizontal and totally vertical up.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a few different configurations. We print these rigs, so we have this is a 5 or 6 camera rig. There's actually an attachment on
You
the
said
bottom.
you printed?
Yeah, these are printed. We print them out of New York on a 3D printer. That's
it's like ABS plastic.
yeah. And so we also have a 2 camera rig. And so really it's all about the situation, just like a camera and a lens. It's more about the rig that you use in the situation. You have something like this. This is shooting 360 as well right now.
No, because it's totally fisheye? Is that
It
why?
has 2 fisheyes on it, yeah. So if you turn it, you got 2 220s angle lenses. And so you have something that's shooting in HD, but then you also have something right here shooting in 4K. Well, what format do you use? You know, it depends on the situation. If we're flying a drone, maybe we have a 2 camera rig. If we're shooting an interview and we want to be able to really see your face, there you go.
I was just thinking, like walking around with this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go around and just walk into circles of people and say, hey, what's the worst thing about South by Southwest right now? But like just holding this and it's capturing 360 video, it's replacing the voice recorder. You know, like imagine a journalist back in the day, they hand it in front of your face, you talk, but now it's capturing the footage and everyone inside it.
Now
Changing the medium.
who's made this product?
This is a Roca Theta. So this is a consumer grade product. There's a ton of these consumer grade products that they're pushing out right now. This was one of the first ones to be released. They've been out for a few years now. The technology's really gotten better with them though. The first generation was horrible.
Right.
But this thing, I mean, it's convenient.
It's kind of like this little zoom guy, you know, the H6N is so much better than.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets better, right?
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
you can throw video literally from this. It goes to your phone straight to Facebook. So for an actual person that's using it, you know, that's perfect.
Right. Now, do you have some demos that you normally show people of is it usually on your phone or is it on the computer?
Yeah, I can show you some of the stuff on our YouTube channel. I turned my phone off so it wouldn't ring in the middle of this.
Totally fine. Well, what's
Did you launch the is the Casita?
Yeah,
video
if you go to
launched?
pixelrocketapps.com/casita, I don't know, it's the
KASITA.
Yeah.
They're the tiny home startup here in town with like the portable
this
tiny
you?
homes basically.
Did I say that right?
That's not me. I was gonna send
I
you
did racket on accident.
let me just send you to a website.
Okay.
pixelrocketapps.com/casita.
Spell that.
KASITA.
Casita, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these guys just made it in Fast Company's top 50 innovative companies of the year, and they were in the top 10 list for architecture innovation. And they've existed since July and have designed and prototyped a physical
You know what I'm gonna
house
do as
and system.
Just because I'm really feeling like I just want to have a stupid amount of video and everything around this, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be recording on the computer now, so we can see, like, actually looking at it, and I can also I can track my.
So one of the cool things, I'll send you one of these. I'll send you this file, and
Yeah,
you can use
yeah.
this in your, for your own thing, and they can actually experience 360 while we're doing this.
And then it can see it, and then I can also, if I want to use my own. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, so here
if
we
you,
are.
Yeah. So if you scroll down,
See you all.
yeah, here's a 360 tour of his little space, and I don't know if you have your sound on, but this is Baby, also known as Professor Dumpster.
This was Professor Dumpster. He lived in a dumpster for a year on campus at Houston Tillotson.
Do I need to full screen it?
You can scroll in it. So
This is a home that is minimal.
Where do you go?
He's
Oh.
right there. Look up. Yeah.
As you can see, smart and also movable. So I'll show you a couple of the features that we've got in the Casita.
And so what you're really seeing right now is technology not keeping up with how fast it's being created. When you shoot this many cameras in 4K, your file size is just enormous.
Yeah, 4K
And
is gigantic. Right?
Yeah, and even when
What
we're
camera is this? Is this little guy?
no,
No,
this is this one. That's
Got
and
it.
so that's a 5 camera setup, and you're seeing the gap at the bottom.
Maybe adjust the quality on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it'll get up to like
'Cause I'm in-
2120.
Because I'm in a little room. We're in the corner of the Capitol factory, and there's a lot of people in the building.
Yeah.
So, 720 maybe. Keep it HD. There you go.
here we have a space
And you can look at the ceiling, you name it.
you can press a computer up here, do a little yoga, fire dancing, sort of whatever you're into. We also have some smart home features. We are aiming to integrate together.
You know what it is? It seems like it's like a game. It feels a lot like a game. You know, like you're.
Kind of feel like you're in Fallout 3. You're like the baby. They're guiding you through it.
And then that voice.
Their automated system's called HAL. For the iPads, you can control the AC. The speakers are in the floor.
So what kind of can or thing is this guy in? Oh.
And this is
Cool.
like 240 square feet.
He lived in that.
So like as a concept for them, what's a better platform than 360 video? You're pitching 240 square feet of living space. It's like, can you guys even comprehend that that's even livable, you know? But when you step in it in that 360
You're really
format,
standing there.
you know,
Yeah.
this thing has like 8-foot ceilings, you know?
If you scroll down, you can see some of our other stuff too. And click on our logo.
Right here. This does take me to YouTube. Gotcha. Awesome. Now, when did you guys? This is you.
This is me.
Okay. So when did you launch your company together? Now, what are your roles again?
So I'm one of the owners. I came on board about 7 months ago,
Gotcha.
and the founder launched it about
And so what's
2
your
years
role?
ago.
Sales manager currently, I mean,
Hustle
officially,
man.
I mean,
but
man.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
a small we're a small team. It's basically a room full of people that are building what Pixel Rocket is.
Yeah. Out of Austin and where?
Houston. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Right. Cool. So you have other videos here.
Yeah, so like this is like a first video shot that we're testing, and this is with this camera, and you'll see like kind of the quality difference. But learning this technology, this is literally like the first video we shot.
do you have the video with your dog? That
Oh,
one's
yeah.
really, really cool because it makes you want to kind of walk
And
around.
so we're playing football right here, and someone's wearing this on their head, and you're just like you're part of the experience of it.
Moving around.
Yeah.
Play two. Okay. I gotcha. Cool.
And,
Huh.
like right now I think personally the best platform to view if you're not in like a VR headset on the phone is really you get the full 360 experience because it's using that motion calibration. So they're moving, you have to move with them. Like it's really engaging. Besides like kind of the passive click.
So who's your ideal customer right now?
Everyone, I think.
People who get it,
Yeah.
like that this is a Wild West platform, and if you're involved in this, you're literally developing like cutting edge like film techniques. We've been talking with guys in the film industry the past 2 days and really just brainstorming like how is this going to change the film industry from having a single focal point and guiding the viewer to the way people consume media now is they're really guiding the producers. You know what I mean? People will tell companies like basically like the same concept of voting with your dollar what they like. So it just comes down to a little bit of trial and error. I don't think there's a formula right now to crack 360.
Right.
Yeah, there's just so many uses.
Right.
And there's like oil and gas companies dumping millions into VR, but two dudes in a garage could come out next week and completely make that null and void.
Yeah.
What was this? What was that you just showed
So
me?
the first thing was a interview we were doing for a co-op or co-work startup in Houston.
Right.
Yeah, and then this is like version 2.0 of the football. So that's at an actual field with the higher res camera. And the resolution on the phone,
You're also not on Wi-Fi either.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's like you can see the sky. You can see all the different officials in that. You know, we had officials that were there officiating the game. And, like, using it in a wedding, you know? Like who wants to see their first dance? You know, the bride and groom coming out. Like, who wants to be a part of that? Like, experience, what was your family's expression? You know, in the back of the room.
Yeah, or Jeff was wasted that night. You know, let's see what he's doing then.
Right.
See him puking in the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Interesting. So, so what kind of partnerships are y'all looking for? What are you doing? I mean, you're doing some stuff out of Capital Factory, right?
Yeah, so right now we're working with the Daily Dot, just covering some different, I guess, themed footage. You know, today we rolled out the casita thing. Tomorrow we're going to roll out some interviews that we recorded in 360 that are going to be, they're pretty fun and just neat, and a lot of stuff going around.
Kind of just experimenting on how to tell a story and create a narrative with 360. Because you can't... Who wants to take like any normal interview or video, you know, like an office tour with a standard camera? What's the appeal to have it in 360, you know? But there's a way to do that. How to do it? Let's find out.
So you built this rig, right? What kind of cameras are those?
Exomi E's. And we use these because they have open source software. So right now they're recording off some software we dropped in it ourselves. I can switch the lenses out in them, you know, relatively easily, so you can go from a 5 to a 2 in a simple format without, you know, breaking GoPro's, you know, seals or whatnot. And so it's just more of a supportive platform of kind of making the technology that's not currently there. You know, GoPro has their setup that costs, you know, like $3,000 to $4,000 just to get into entry level.
And there's still like limitations on the design with the GoPro setups. Like those Freedom rigs are several $100s, but there's still an issue with like frame overlap and stuff.
Overheating.
Syncing. Yeah. Don't you have to install like an external mic to do the clap?
Yeah.
There's nothing out there.
There's so much to be, you know, what we're doing is we're trying to innovate. You know, we're taking a technology, we're trying to figure out ways to use it. Right now, it's like he's saying, there really isn't an ideal platform for it. You ask a filmmaker, hey, how could you use this? And he says, this blows my mind. As a filmmaker, you know, the way I think about making movies is showing you what to look at. This is, you know, a whole different, they don't know what to say. They're speechless. And it's one of those things that, well, I mean, some people want to experience a movie the way they experience it, you know, and there's so many really cool platforms that you can put this in that just they just blow your mind, you know, like they did the presidential debate live in VR, so I could be sitting at home watching it as if I was front row in the crowd, you know. I don't see VR being the next thing where people are walking down the street with goggles on. I see it being the next thing where people that maybe can't reach something and, you know, it's out of their reach financially or physically or whatnot, this is a way to connect with them and let them experience reality.
That's what Coachella's doing this year. They're going to be rolling out a VR experience where you can watch it from your living room, be at Coachella. You'll still probably spend $300 to experience it, but you don't have to fly to Cali, so.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So you're talking about, so you're selling a product, but you're also selling an agency experience?
We are, and a big part of what got us into this was we do marketing. We're full digital agency, so web apps, development, marketing, and we saw that Facebook was pushing this. And that was one of those things where we're like, okay, let's get on this. And then we started thinking about, you know, as marketers, what can you do with this? Oh, okay, we're selling Heinekens. Why don't we hide some Heinekens around the room? And, you know, you have to tell your Facebook viewers, if you can find the 3 codes and comment them, you're going to get X. You know, prizes like that. Okay, now someone's, instead of just scrolling through your video, they're stopping, they're interacting with it, they're commenting, and they're not commenting just because you told them to, they're commenting because they had to do something for it.
Right. So this is almost like your own R&D approach, so then you can help other people understand.
It's skunk works. Like right now, we have this. This is, what is it, $350, $400?
Yeah, about 400.
The mount for the GoPro 360 setup itself is like $500. So there's a huge gap in entry level, which this is currently considered entry level, and then production tier. So there's like the Nokia Ozo, which is a beautiful orb for 360 video, but it costs like $32,000, and no one even knows how to film this stuff. So what director, even if they're with a huge production company, is going to drop 32 grand on a camera they don't even know what to do with, you know?
Yeah. So we're kind of a blend. I mean, you know,
get back with us in 6 months, and we may know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. So what's your call to action? What's your ask right now with people at South by Southwest? We're recording this, like I said earlier, March 12th, and I'm being very specific about the date because things are changing so quick for you all. Because at 6 months from now, this might look really different.
Tomorrow, you know.
Tomorrow.
We're literally just going day by day. We were told, like, hey, we may do an interview with Grumpy Cat. We show up here at like 10. We find out at 11:45. We have an interview with them at noon. We run over there, do the footage, edit it, you know, every day. You know, who knows? Next week we could be shooting the Ilmore for all we know. So
we're trying to figure out what content works. I think that's our big push right now. Is you have an event like this that so much is going on around you that you really can shoot, you know, 50 different things in a day, and these are situations that may not be happening but every few weeks in normal time. But because it's, you know, it's South by Southwest, we got a podcast today. We shot Grumpy Cat. We shot interviews with some CEOs. We shot, you know, a house. You know, it's
yeah. The Casita was literally, I messaged the founder on Facebook because he said we have a prototype up for South by. I said, hey, when can we come shoot some 360 video? He said, come on down. Showed up there at 2, shot the video, edited it, and now we published it. So who knows if that takes off.
Yeah. How'd you all meet? How'd you guys meet?
Through Pixel Rocket. You know.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you said so what's the team look like right now? So there's a couple founders.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's basically just 3 of us that own the company, and then Britt, who's our like main guy that basically puts all this stuff together, and we're just, you know, like we're helping support him. He leads all of our sales and sets all these meetings up. And
sometimes I feel kind of like a pimp. Not in like the cool kind of way where I'm like, yo, I can do this, we got this, and I'm like, hey guys, can we do this? Are you capable of it? Okay, let's do it, and we'll make it happen. Man. But I'm not like smiling and dialing, you know, it just doesn't work that way anymore. Maybe if I was selling insurance, but
all right.
It's a weird mix.
Cool. Do you have any questions, Chuck? No? Yeah. You guys gotta come over to Nashville.
That's real, right?
Yeah, I love Nashville.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down. I mean, we travel a lot every other weekend trying to go someplace.
Maybe we can get a gig with Bonnaroo, shoot some 360, and then like
talk to Ashley Capps.
Recover in Nashville. That'd be nice.
Cool, guys. Well, hey, I'm really glad we were able to connect, and I'll get you this audio from my side, and we should keep the conversation going, and if there's any way we can be helping, you know, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.